All right, we are live. We are live. Shalom, family. Give me 1 second. I gotta send out a couple invites. Hold on, let me wave to y'all. I'm use a. I told y'all. I told y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna send out some invites, and I'm gonna get a few people in here so we can build tonight, man. I hope y'all doing good. Let me send this invite out, man. Give me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. And we will be getting started. I'm not even gonna be long. Like I gotta really, I gotta really cram all this in, um, because I got a special guest, one of my dear brothers coming on. So I'm gonna try to put in as much information as I can, cram it in into 30, 40 minutes maybe. And that's not really, I can't do that too well. So I'm gonna have to really make a different video for different topics. But let me just send this invite out real quick so we can get some traffic, and then I'll just get it started, and then we'll get into what we gonna get into. Then y'all can go about y'all day. I know y'all probably hungry. I know I'm hungry. So let's get going. All right. And like I said, I won't be long. I promise you I won't. Boo, 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 boo. Okay. Post it. And we live. Okay. All right. So I sent it out to a few places. I'll probably send it out a little bit later once we get the debate started. And I'll probably put some time markers into the video so people can scroll forward and get past the idle moments, whatever. But I just want to welcome everybody to the page. Shalom. Um, Hope everybody been good. It's been a minute since I've been and spoke to you guys lately. So I'm coming with some heavy artillery. Not really finna play around. But first thing I wanted to get into, and I just want to thank everybody for viewing the channel too as well. But the first thing I want to get into is something that happened around my area. And if you watch me or if you don't watch me or whatever the case may be, y'all know that I really push black prominence or so-called black people prominence and things of that nature, but I also get on black people too. So I wanted to share this article that I seen the other day, and ironically, it was on the day of 420. Um, for that's word. But yeah, crazy things happen all the time like that. For example, like I've seen many bad things happen on Halloween, for example. Like I always see somebody get killed or some type of shooting, yada yada this, yada yada that. But I want to read this article to y'all as quick as I can. And like I said, I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. I'm gonna try to read as fast as I can so I can get in. I want to bring my boy on so we can dialogue for you guys and give you guys a good show. But I want y'all to read this despicable, uncontrollable. Um, I'm looking for words to use for, but I can't even find any because when it comes to our people, man, we are some evil, evil people, man, evil. So I'm trying to grasp my head around this because it actually happened a few blocks away from my house. You see what I'm saying? But I'll just read the article real quick for you guys, and I'll do a quick synopsis on it to let you guys know how I feel about it. So as you can see, the headlines, it says woman shoots man in the face on the west side after saying, and this is in quotations, "You're not going to leave me or I'll effing kill you." says the police. So I'll I'll read this as quick as possible. So here it says a woman allegedly shot a man in his jaw over the weekend after he walked in on her with another man, and she threatened to kill him if he left, police say. Tamara Chapman, 26, faces a count of attempted first-degree murder in connection to the early Saturday shooting in the Austin neighborhood, according to Chicago police. The evening began when Chapman, and now this is the woman, Chapman and the man returned to her home after shopping for groceries, police say. The man, who was 27 years old, took her car home to grab a blender. But when he returned, he found another man in the apartment, police said. Angered, he drove home in Chapman's car. Chapman is the woman. So it says Chapman demanded he return her car, which he did, but she refused to drive him home or to hire a lift or buy him a lift, police say. So it says he left the rear of the house and out the back door, where she confronted him or chased him, and they argued, right? Let me scroll down. So shalom all of you new viewers that's coming in. Says, and told police she then took out a gun and said, and this is in quotations, "You're not going to leave me or I'll effing kill you," police said. She allegedly shot him in the lower jaw, police said. He ran to the alley near 170, blah, 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 and basically that's what happened. Oh my goodness. Are y'all serious? It just said that, first of all, this is what happened when you Negroes like to live off women. When you live off women, you are subjective to them. The article clearly says you went to her house and you was using her car, and what happened? She was probably buying the groceries. You see what I'm saying? Now that's the crazy part about it. But the thing is, though, the sister should have never took it to that level. And I'm gonna talk about that first. First, I'm gonna get on the guys, though. You see what I'm saying? Because brothers always do this. Y'all always doing this. Using, I used to do it when I was younger too, so I get it. And maybe I'm using as the wrong word as far as like using the woman, because yeah, people be down and stuff like that, and you help the man out. The man's supposed to help the woman out. Like I get all that. I wash my hands clean on that. But what I'm saying is that repetitive behavior over time angers someone. So what I'm saying is that how this other guy even got in her house had to be because he didn't have his car, he didn't have his money, he didn't have his house, he had to have something going on to make this woman react how she wanted to act, which is true in some cases. Sometimes you women is cuckoo. You see what I mean? But nonetheless, this whole article was like the icing on the cake for 420 for me. You see what I mean? Now, nonetheless, let me get on the woman's side of it. And I'm going to pull up a scripture too as well. But it says here, right? This man, after she didn't want to buy him a lift, how you can't buy yourself a lift, bro? Or how you can't call somebody to pick you up from wherever you at? And I'm talking about how to diffuse this situation, because that's my job. Israelite couples, we argue about the littlest stuff, man. We get into it over the littlest stuff, and it always turns into some big thing that it don't have to be. So what I'm talking about is having something minimize the situation before it gets to this big fire or this big shooting. Like the man, she just shot that man in the face, bro, because he wanted to leave because she had another dude in the house. What? I know some sisters are gonna be like, well, that's what brothers get for trying to do polygamy. And that's that whole society that we see out here, where we see women want to be like men almost. To where in the fact where they'll put on boys' clothes and become dykes, and they'll have a whole bunch of females and be dyke women like young MA, or these women who do these things a lot like that. Come on, don't act like y'all don't know what I'm talking about, man. Now, what I was saying is that this man can't even buy his own Uber home. That's why I'm going into the sense that he don't got his ducks in a row to even be messing with somebody like that. If you using her car, you got to go to her house, this her house, and things like that. Now, she should have. I wasn't there, so I can't say that because I'm trying to judge righteously in this situation, but it just reeks of niggerness. You see what I mean? It just reeks of folly. But this sister, she didn't have to pull a gun out when the man was leaving out the back door. Now the article don't say what he said or anything like that, but we have to stop letting our words or our enchantments or our tongue get us in trouble. And what I mean by that is how, and the Bible talks about how powerful the tongue is. It speaks about how it is a weapon. And if you know certain N words, because I'm not going to cuss on here, if an N word says a certain word to another N word, come on, man. Y'all know what happened. Y'all be seeing what goes on. So I don't be going off, or I'm not bugged out when I be saying words are enchantments or incantations. I'm not going off because we see how words have people react. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm teaching. Now, on the woman's side of it, you got to be able to let that man walk. That man was going to leave. You had another man over there. You got caught up or whatever, whatever the case may be. You didn't have to grab a gat or a 40 and shoot this man in the face because of what he said. Now, like I said, we don't have the woman's side of this. We have the police report of the victim, as the man was the victim here because he got shot. But this woman just basically threw her whole life away. And I know, I don't know if y'all follow the news or not, but Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s daughter just got in trouble for stabbing some rapper named what's his name, man? I forgot. These new rappers or whatever the case may be. She stabbed his new girlfriend, and now she's the one that's not being let on parole. Floyd Mayweather's money is not helping in this situation either, because I heard, and I don't know how true this is or not, but they said that they seeking the death penalty for her because she had the intent to murder. And if anybody knows anything about law, like we do over in UKOIC, we know the intent of murder. They gonna put you away for that, man. They gonna try to put you away for that, man. All right. So let me go get a scripture on this real quick. Like I said, this is gonna be a quick lesson, man. Very quick. And I'm gonna go get 1 Esdras 4:27 on here. I'm not gonna put it up on the screen. I'll just read it, like I said, because I'm trying to get this over with. 1 Esdras 4:27, the Apocrypha say, many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women. I'm gonna read it again. 1 Esdras 4:27. Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women. Now, we know the context of that book because it's talking about the power of the woman over the man as far as different things, and you can go read it on yourself in the 4th chapter. But that verse right there is the icing on the cake in this, man. This sister, she was literally finna risk it all and kill this man over what? Him coming in the house and seeing you with another guy. Now, people get caught up. Come on now, we keeping it funky. People get caught up. But ain't nobody ever pulled no gun out on nobody try to kill them now. Come on, man. We got to be better than that, y'all. And I just wanted to use this example because I know a lot of Israelite couples, we get into it a lot. Now, I don't get to this extent, but these are still Israelites by bloodline and by nature. You see what I'm saying? We are the offspring of a God of war. We're just cursed that vibration and the magnets are channeling you. If you do not do the right things in this earth, you will be succumbed by demons, and those demons will overcome you. And that's what the law talks about, these demons getting on you, these curses. It's crazy, man. Shot that man in the face, man. Nonetheless, I just wanted to share that with y'all. I thought that was like interesting as heck, man. But I got next topic. I got asked a question, and I'm gonna try to go through this as quick as possible about Isaiah, the 14th chapter, in the 12th verse. So let me share my screen real quick, and I'm gonna try to go through this as quick as possible so I can get my guy on here so we can argue back and forth and y'all can laugh and comment. Or let me see here. I want to share my screen. Give me 1 second, family. Okay, let's just go get it real quick. Just so we can have some food in this video, because what I want to aim to do is also put some food in here. And y'all know I'll get deep in the scripture now. I could talk about them all day. But I've tend to start liking to answer prevalent questions. If y'all can see the screen, put the number 9 on there, because I'm not really looking at the screen right now, but I'm looking at my phone. I got my phone right here. So if you can see the screen with the scriptures, type the number 9 in, and then I'll be able to see it. What I want. Let's go get an Isaiah in the Old Testament 14, and we'll go get it real quick. It's not letting me click. Hold on. This is crap. That's why I ever use the Blue Letter Bible. The Blue Letter is a little crappy. I mean, it got a lot of tools to it. I can't even pull up what I want to pull up. Let's see here if I can pull it up here. Okay, you can see it. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see it 9. Okay. Some reason it's not letting me pull up Isaiah. So I'm just gonna get it in my paperback. That way we'll be straight. Isaiah 14, and we'll just start at 12 just so we can get there. It pops up. Technology. Well, I'll read from here now while it finishes. Now, one thing we got to remember is context. Context. This is what we do. Isaiah 14 and 12 says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?" Now, the word Lucifer is what really throws off your average reader in this passage, because we know that this word Lucifer is attributed to Satan or Iblis. You see what I'm saying? Now, here we have to dig deep into what I always get on brothers. Just taking the King James Version translation as the word of God does not do you any justice into knowing the truth. And the scripture does not speak about knowing the truth and it's setting you free if it didn't mean that. So if we know the scripture or the text was written in different languages and translated from different areas and been passed around, things like that, we have to do the due diligence to go and see what this is talking about, unless we are able to decipher it in context. Because if you would go to the 4th verse, you would see that it reads, "That thou take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. How have the oppressors seized, the golden city seized?" So we see this is talking about a king, a ruler or somebody that's ruling in Babylon. You see that? Now, Lucifer means what? Light bearer, or someone who is shining light, right? So a lot of arguments that you're going to see when you're studying is the difference between Gnosticism, or people saying that Lucifer is the true light, or you're going to see how most people, like how in our realm we say Christ is the true light. You follow that? Now, going into that, we'll have to go all the way back into Genesis, because the Gnostics take it all the way back there and say, well, Satan was the true light there. And as far as who Satan or Hashatan or the name Lucifer even links up with. Now, a quick synopsis about what the pagans believed about Lucifer. They attributed Lucifer to the planet of Venus, and they called it the day star because they said that star, during its rotation in the planetary and the star system, rose before the sun, the sun, only once during the year. So they attributed that star that rose in the same pattern as the sun as Lucifer, or somebody that was trying to be like the sun. You follow that? Now, let's go to Revelations real quick, 22 and 16, because if you go to Revelations 22, 16, you're going to see Christ, or who we call Yahweh Shai, right? The truth and the offspring of David. Revelations 22, 16. If y'all can see the screen, please type the number 9. I'm sorry I keep saying that, but I just want to make sure that y'all can see. This is my first time using StreamYard to go live with the screen share. Revelations 22 and 16. If you could just hear me, just click on it, or grab your Bibles. Go get a Bible too while we're talking, because we're going to put the book down a little bit. We're going to talk about real things too, but I want to go into this real quick, y'all, because this stuff is important, man. If you don't know this stuff, you'll get cut up. You'll let somebody come and cut you up, man. Revelations 22 and 16. Right? What does it say? I, Yahweh Shai, or Jesus, I'll read it as it's written, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star. Now, anybody with common sense knows that the brightest star in the morning is the sun. And anybody that knows anything knows that stars, for the most part, are suns, right? That's why in the New Testament it said that the magicians, or the wise men, right, followed a star to find Yahweh Shai. You see what I'm saying? And they called that a ben, which translates to a son of a son, a ben. Many ancient civilizations have them. They talk about them. The New Testament is speaking about the birth of a son. And we see that because Christ took his face off and turned into the sun, or it's shown. Same thing happened to Moses. Moses' face shone. And if you understand Exodus 7 and 1, then you get some understanding about that. Okay. Now, we also see in 2 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, Paul gives credence to Lucifer, or Satan, having the power to use light. Right? He says this. And we know that the word Lucifer means light bearer or light bringer. In the language, it means Hallel ben Shakar. The word Hallel is the root word of halal. The same word that we say. Halal means to rise or shine, praise, right? But Hallel is very similar to halal, just like in English. We spell there different ways, don't we? So that's going into the etymology or the syntax of the sentence. Now, we know We know that the word Lucifer means a light bearer. So that's where the Gnostics get their doctrine from. That's where most of these other people get their doctrines from, trying to include sun worship in the Bible. And if you go to Ezekiel, the 8th chapter and the 17th verse, you will see that is forbidden. And that was always something that God or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was trying to get these Jacobites off of. Okay? Now, getting back to Isaiah 14 and 12, as far as who it's talking about, I'm going to throw out 3 scriptures. You can go and rewind this if you want, or because I'm not going to read them all, but I'll read one passage, but I'll basically synopsis it. So you will have to go to Jeremiah 27, verses 2 through 11, Jeremiah 25, 7 and 9, and then the icing on the cake is Daniel 7 and 36 through 37, because we all know now, unless you want to say that you don't agree with the text, because we do have the Nebuchadnezzar scroll that contradicts what happens in the book of Daniel that we have in the Bible. Nonetheless, you have to prove your case that this wasn't talking about Nebuchadnezzar II. And we all know that Nebuchadnezzar II goes through a long lineage of kings, right, that were prophesied about in the book of Revelations that I'm going to read to you right here. Now, check this out. Revelations, right, 17 and 5. I don't know why people don't like to bring this out, but I do. And I like to challenge people that listen to me to give me your list. Revelations 17 and 5 says what? And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon, the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Now, I'm not going to read the whole chapter, but we know that John was having a vision and he was seeing a woman standing on many waters. Okay. And what was written on her head said that, what I just read. Now I'm going to jump to the 9 verses for time's sake. And it says, and here is the mind which has wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. And the 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet to come. And when he cometh, he must continue for a short space. So it just clearly gave you the blueprint. It said that you have to have wisdom to know this too. Same thing like it says that when they give you the number of the beast of the 666 pyramid of the matrix, they didn't give you that for nothing. It said you have to have wisdom to know these things. So it said that there are 7 kings, and it said 5 of them have fallen. It said 1 will come and the other one will come later. Okay, so we know that who people call Satan or Iblis, like the Quran calls it, or Azazel, like some people like to call him. It says that their spirit will be through 7 kings, through the mystery Babylon. Okay, and we know that the book of Isaiah is talking about the mystery Babylon because the scripture that I just gave you. And you're going to have to read them on your own, but I'm only going to read one passage. Jeremiah 27, and I'll read them again, 8 and 11. Jeremiah 25, 7 and 9. And Daniel 2 through 36 through 37. That's your 3-hitter quitter right there. That's a 3-hitter quitter. Can't nobody beat you on that. Now, for peace sake, I'm going to pull up Jeremiah 25 on here, and we can just read it together. And I'll read it fast so I can get my homeboy in here and we can do a little dialogue and then debating, okay? Let me turn my camera on for this too so y'all can see me so y'all don't think that I'm not here. I'm here with y'all. Let me share my camera. All right. I'm in here. Okay. Shalom, family. We're going to start at 2, and I'm going to read down to verse 11. Okay. Give y'all a little second to get it. Jeremiah 25 and 2. Okay. We'll read down to 11. I'll read as fast as possible. Let me take a deep breath. All right. Jeremiah 25, 2. Then the which Jeremiah the prophet spake unto all the people of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, saying, From the 13th year of Josiah, the son of Ammon, king of Judah, unto this day, there is 3 and 20 year. They're giving you the years. The word of the Lord have come unto me, and I have spoken unto you, rising early and speaking it, but you have not hearkened. And the Lord have said unto you, all his servants, prophets, rising early and sending them, but ye have not hearkened or listened, nor inclined your ear to hear. Okay. Then they said, turn ye now everyone to from his evil way, and from your evil doings, and dwell in the land that the Lord have given unto you for your fathers forever and ever. And do not go after the gods to serve them, and do not worship them, and provoke me to anger, the works in the hands which I do not hurt you. Sound like typical scripture, right? We're getting there though. Yet ye have not hearkened unto me, said the Lord, that ye might provoke me to anger with your works of your hands to your own hurt. Therefore, thus saith Jehovah of hosts, because ye have not heard my words, behold, I will send and take all the families of the north, said the Lord, and Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant, he said, that's his servant, said, my servant, and will bring them against this land and against the inhabitants thereof and against all these nations round about. So that means everybody but finna get it through Nebuchadnezzar. That's why the history speaks of the Babylonian takeover after the Assyrians. And they have history of the Nebuchadnezzar scrolls. They have inscriptions. They have statues. This is in history in your museums. And it's also in your Bible, right? Moreover, I will take the voice of mirth. Oh, Salakia, I'm not even going to read that. I'll stop at verse 9. And I will utterly destroy them. And I will make an astonishment and a hissing and a perpetual desolation. That means he's going to take it all out. And that's what happened. Babylon ruled. You had the gate of Ishtar. You had the worship of Marduk. You had the worship of all these Babylonian pagan literature, Enuma Elish deities. You see what I'm saying? So we have to, I'm so mad I can't do this video today because I wanted to tell that brother, because he asked a good question. He was like, man, how do I know the truth, or how do I rightly divide the pagan literature from the word of God, or what we call the Bible? Got to eat that meat and spit the bones out, man. You can't be like no pig just eating everything like that. And humans are omnivores. But nonetheless, overall, and I'm gonna try to round this up, and overall, like the scriptures I gave the sister, just know that reading in context in the English language, especially since we know the Bible was translated from Aramaic to from Hebrew to Koine Greek, just been passed down from different translations. We know that English is a bastard language because in real languages you always do noun verb. In English we do verb noun. You see what I mean? So it's just different meanings, different understandings, and things like that. That yes, a lot of people are not going to get it. Everybody's not that smart. But if we focus a little bit, just focus a little bit, and we put the time in to go into this stuff, and and I don't even want to say putting the Bible on trial, but just using textual criticism with the Bible. You see what I'm saying? Proving that it's true, and not just only making a religion out of it. Because a lot of people don't want to come out the Bible. A lot of people learn the Bible or learn their nationality. You see what I'm saying? And then take, I guess, what other men say to them as far as what truth is, and not even doing your own due diligence to do your own research. That's one thing that we have to reinsert in our culture. Because without doing that, you're not doing the groundwork that's going to make you into the man that you're supposed to be. You see that? And you see how that works. That's all inclined and in tune with the matrix, or what you call quantum physics, or the world. This thing that we're stuck in. And that's all I'm really trying to help you get out. I'm not going to go into all of that right now. I really wanted to touch on 5 minutes of the coronavirus, and then I'll probably go into getting my boy in here and we can dialogue. But give me one. Matter of fact, I'll save that. I won't even go into it because I was going to go into different blood types and certain antidotes for the blood to fight off the coronavirus, but I'll save that. Bear with me 1 second, family. I'm gonna get my boy in here, and I'll send out the invite a few more because I know that's the most part that what people want to see, the dialogue and the debate back and forth from different ideologies. So give me 1 second, and I'm gonna get him in here. If y'all need to run to the bathroom or something, or share the link. Hey, if y'all in here still, share the link, man. Try to get some more people in here because we finna get it cracking. We about to get it cracking. Give me 1 second here. Hopefully it still got me logged in, so it don't take me too long to send this invite out. Like I said, if y'all need to go grab something to drink or take a use the washroom, and I'm speaking to the live viewers, people that's going to watch the video later, they can just fast forward through this part. I can't keep Facebook open on my tab because it slows my connection down. Just got too many cookies in them. All right, let's see if I can get it going. All right, we're logging into Facebook now, family. This remind me back when I was in college, man. I still have I joined Facebook when it first back started, and you couldn't have a Facebook unless you were in college. That's actually what I'm gonna talk to my boy about, but I'll just go into it like everybody looks at this like now it's just like everybody has it, but this you couldn't have a Facebook if you didn't go to a university. And now it's like the craziest thing in the world because everybody has them, even my kids. All right, give me 1 second. Let me send this link. So I can get. Oh, he just sent me a message too. That's perfect. And then I got to send a link out a few times too. So give me a second too. Oh man, that's why I need a production team. Now I already understand what they be doing when they in the studio. But bear with me, family. I appreciate y'all watching too. If you want to leave and come back in a few minutes, that's fine. We'll probably be good in dialogue too, so you'll catch the good part. I wish Facebook would never deleted the. Next time I'll just probably make a separate video. That way we can just do it like that. And I'm gonna share this on my Facebook too, so we can get some people in here. But at this moment, like if y'all got any topics that y'all wanted me to speak about in the future, I would say type them in the comments. That way later on I can go back and read them, and I can have some type of direction as far as what the people really want to hear instead of me freestyling, because that's how I work most proficiently. I love having questions and answers, and since my following is not is very large online, I have a very large following in real life. I'm trying to get accustomed to these online things, but I guess I got an old soul, so I just don't got the patience for them. But overall, Okay, hold on. Let me see. I sent them the link. Let's see if he gets it. That way we can get this thing rolling, baby. Facebook sucks on a laptop. I'm just saying. Especially trying to use a messenger. I see why they have you download a whole different messenger app on your phone, because just trying to have all of that together, and they just got too many different ads on here too. Oh, okay. Try to send it one more time. Okay, I sent that one. I'm gonna send it twice just to double check, make sure he got it, and then I'll be able to bring him in. I'm gonna give it like 2 or 3 more minutes. Hopefully, he can join in. Oh man. See, and this taking me all back to college, man. I haven't used Facebook on a laptop since maybe, oh man, dude. It's just crazy how crazy technology advances over the years. Time go past, you looking at it like, man, what, man? Thing with us, we age so well. You don't even look like you lost strength. Okay, there we go. Got him in here. There we go. Let me add him to the show. And then I got to send a link out to a couple people. My boy. Hold on, let me show my camera.
What's going on, man?
Boy. Hold on. Let me close down Facebook so it's not lagging or nothing like that. Because that's the only thing I can send you the link, bro. And I was telling them, remember when Facebook was strictly you had to go to a university or a college to
Yeah,
have?
yeah. You had to log in.
I
You had to
still,
log in with your college email. Yes, sir.
bro, that's the same thing I'm using my Harper College. This still my Harper College. This still my Harper College page, man. Give me a second. Let me share. I'm gonna share the video real quick before we get started, man. You can hear me good though?
Yeah. So what I was gonna try to do was I was gonna try to go on the laptop, go through the laptop.
Yeah. It's that I know that's how I gotta host it through the laptop. I know that for most definitely. Let me see here. Yeah, give me 1 second, bro.
You all good? You all good?
I want to share it. I want to share it on Facebook too, because I'm not streaming. I'm not gonna stream this one on Facebook. I'm gonna use the Zoom one to stream it on there on Facebook.
Okay.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
know what? They won't let me get through.
I might have to put my headphones on too. Hold on, let me just so I can make sure I can hear you. Yo, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, that's way better. See, I got these notes right in my ears now. All right. All right. Peace, shalom, shukran, family. I just want to introduce y'all to my boy, my dog. My dog. I got my dog in here with me, man. Just to give a background, or you know what I'm saying, and I don't want to toot this horn, but you know, I give reverence when it's due, man. And you know, you always been a real brother as far as like I done met many people, many states, many cities. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody talking about keeping it real, keeping it funky. This brother has not only been a stand-up guy, he's also an entrepreneur. He's a family man. Things that you know that we are lacking in our community, and you know, I try to surround myself around these type of people. But nonetheless, this is my brother right here, man, Jo, man. If you want to do a brief synopsis, man, and introduce yourself, say a few words, and then I'm gonna get to asking you some good questions, man.
Okay, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, man. I appreciate the love, bro. We go way back. But yeah, so my name Jonathan Stevens. Everybody call me Jo. Me and this guy, we go back to our college days, man, playing football, man. Like we had some
Man,
great days, some long nights, man, just bonding what black young brothers do when they're in college. So after college, I worked at Ford Motor Company for some years, and then I felt like the rat race, the chasing, the corporate life really wasn't for me. So I ended up opening up my own business. So I became a massage therapist, and just going about my life in a more holistic way, physically, mentally, and spiritually. So yeah, man, that's my journey. It's just trying to spread the love and information that I get. I'm still, learning myself, so I'm not acting like I know it all. I learn from anybody, from my son to his friends and the young people, just trying to get that young information because they see a world, they see this world in a different light to anybody that's older than me. Because it's a lot of good information out there. So yeah, that's what I'm all about, man.
man. You triggered me when you said something earlier. And that was like actually one of the questions I wanted to ask you. And I wanted to really get your feedback on it. So do you truly and sincerely feel that a black man or a black woman can be successful in America? And when I mean successful, let me be clear, so because I want you to answer it in depth. But what I
Hmm.
mean successful, as far as uh, well, you know what? I'll let you answer that, and then we can dialogue about that. But my
Okay.
question is: do you believe that a black man or a black woman can be successful in America?
So success, one is just like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So everybody has they barometer of what they think success is. So, but
Right,
if we
right.
want to
That's why.
just
That's why.
yeah, so if we want to just say, just generally speaking, what we think black people should be successful, or how we think black people should be successful in America, is very, very, very hard. It's like almost impossible to be successful in America. Reason being is because we have a system that's gauged to breaking us down mentally, physically, and spiritually, financially, nutrition wise every day. This is a everyday battle. If you want to talk about a battle, they have a system that is going to battle us in every stage and facet of life every day. So for us to be successful, we have to like have these battles every day. We have to prepare for war every day. I forgot who made the quote, but somebody, and I really want to remember the guy who said this, but it goes on the line: if you want peace, you must prepare for war. And this war is not just a physical war. It's not just about guns and knives. It's about being financially literate. It's about having proper food and dietary, lifestyle. It's about holistic remedies. It's about the energy that you put out in the world. It's about legacy building. It's a wide range of what you think success could actually be, but on a general basis, it's almost impossible
That's
for
what
a
I'm saying.
black
I'm talking about in America, though, is what
in
I'm
America.
saying. Like, can
In
you get
America,
some land in America? I mean, we know we can,
you
but
can
what I
you absolutely can, but it's just extremely hard. It
it's
like
hard, correct?
it's extremely hard. One thing that America has done very good is they've put a system together for us not to unite. So they know if we unite, if all of our ideas, all of our money, all of our goals found a way for us to unite, they know that we will buck the system. So they've done things in America to keep us divided, whether it's tax brackets, whether it's borders, boundaries, zip codes, whatever it may be. They found it a way to structure us to keep us away from each other.
Mm. Let me say I got. I just closed my camera off because I'm getting messages saying that I'm freezing up. Am I freezing up on your screen, like to
So
my
I,
face?
yeah, I can't see you, but I can hear you clear.
So you can hear me clear. Okay, well,
Yeah,
I might just work off the picture if that's fine with you.
yeah.
For some,
No,
yeah, okay, because for some reason, I guess my face is. I guess because I'm on a laptop and I'm not hard. I didn't even hardwire from the production that we had earlier.
okay,
Um,
okay,
so next time I'll hardwire it because I know that's the best source of streaming it.
okay. Good deal, good deal.
But no, yeah, that's good information. Especially like talking about holistically being in tune with the earth and certain vibrations and things of that nature. My next question will be to ask you about the coronavirus. Then, as far as do you believe in it? Do you don't? Is the information they putting out there good information? Social distancing? Talk to us about that a little bit.
So for me, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a realist, and all of the information that they're putting out there is not concrete. It's not exact. It it is
Mm, okay.
just like any other information that the media wants, and keyword, they want us to know a certain amount of information. They want us to get this certain information at a certain point in time in our lives as well. So I've also read different books, and when it comes to conspiracy theories, and there was always a line that was always like common, which was everything is planned, even the surprises, which means that anything that they think society is going to go through, they already know what it's going to go through, and they they've countered it. They've done the equations on it. They know exactly what's going to do. They know what's going to happen. They crunch the numbers. They
Right,
predict
right.
how people are going to be. So, with that being said, they can put anything out, and they know how we gonna react. Now, if it's true, if the coronavirus, if it is an actual coronavirus, for me, that means everybody has it already. If it's airborne, like they say it is,
Right, right.
everybody has it already. Now, if you go to a hospital, doctor's office, you take the test, more than likely people are coming up positive. But if you're asymptomatic, meaning that you come back with no symptoms, but you're able to pass the actual virus along, what do you do? So then you, before February, social distancing didn't even exist. Nobody had a clue about social distancing and being essential or essential workers. Like now, these phrases are in our vocabulary. So now, like they've changed the dynamic of how we look at each other, how we operate, how we maneuver. From this point forth, history has changed how we interact with each other, and they've calculated this. So I'm not saying that it's incorrect, but I'm also guaranteeing that they haven't gave us the full spectrum of what they are doing. They'll never give us the full spectrum and the full plan of
Mhm.
what they're actually doing, and that's what I do know.
Well, I tend to agree with you in certain points of that. You brought up very good points as far as people already had it before, because I've read many articles where it said even before they announced a COVID-19 coming out, they said it was already around, and people that were getting sick in the summertime, and I'm talking about this past summer,
Mm-hmm.
already went through it and got sick out of nowhere, and they kind of fought it off because if you know anything about
Mm-hmm.
the body creates the antioxidants and the certain things that can fight off a virus. You don't need a vaccine.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I was
Absolutely.
just touching on the selenium part too, because I seen a doctor talking about, well, he was basically outing people who weren't giving out the true knowledge of the coronavirus. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And it goes into what Dr. Sebi was saying and Dr. N. and them
Mm-hmm.
talk about as far as how selenium, which is the certain nutrients that you get from certain grains or vegetables or even animals. Some animals have them like tuna, chicken, beef, because they
Mm-hmm.
eat from the earth. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And they create these antioxidants that which link onto your blood cells to help fight off these viruses. And if we're not putting them in our body, like how most blacks aren't, you see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And
Yeah.
we have certain immune deficiencies, then we
Mm-hmm.
are susceptible to a virus coming in and taking over. So I looked at it from the scientific side of it and from the conspiracy side of it as well. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The thing that catches me off guard is the quarantine.
Yeah.
Um, I get it as far as like the message that they're saying, as far as we don't want people to catch it, but I, I've been outside every day. I work outside. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And like certain other workers that work outside, they have been, I guess, labeled as heroes or da 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 this, da 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 that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, it's been regular to me. The only thing that's been different is the traffic done been down. You know, the kids ain't going to school, so I have my kids more often. You
Absolutely.
see what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? But
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Now, um, and I've had a couple conversations with different doctors and different medical professionals that I'm tied into with my own spa. So for me, I've been out. I actually just had a massage today. So like, I,
oh, so like let the people know that what you do too, man.
so I'm
You
a
plug the
massage.
business now.
Right, right. So I am a massage therapist. I own a spa in Country Club Hills, Illinois, and we focus on just healing the body holistically through just in and out, just surface to
Yeah.
deep, and just giving everybody just holistic remedies of how you can keep your body naturally functioning, working properly without pharmaceutical companies' products. Which
He's
and that
talking to brother. This brother is talking to people in that field too. So this is valuable information, family. So
yeah. So what I encourage people to do is one, just some simple basic things. One would be to hydrate, and what I mean hydrate meaning by hydrating your body, half your body weight in ounces with alkaline water to defeat some of the bacteria that's in your body. And alkaline, you definitely need a high alkaline diet. Alkaline gets rid of a lot of the toxins that's in your body. Now, with massage therapy, because of the movement, the range of motion, the stretching that we do in the actual session, the body can only circulate so much. So a therapist facilitates that circulation. So your immune system increases when you get routine massages. You may be putting all this good vitamins, these minerals, the alkaline diet. It may be going great for you, but then your body still may not be functioning properly because it has poor circulation based on how you use your body on an everyday basis. Now, if you get massages, that massage therapist pushes those minerals and those vitamins throughout your body, and it gets to where it needs to go properly,
Mm.
holistically. So this is why massage therapy holistically helps your body, increases your immune system 50%, brings down your depression 50%. It almost eliminates depression throughout a person's body, physically and mentally and emotionally. You feel better. You feel
Oh
almost
yeah, yeah.
increasingly better when you get massages. And not saying that like people who don't get massages don't feel great, but
Right, right.
because you could feel great, just doing some small routine maintenance throughout your body if are conscious of good health. But the average person, the average black person, definitely, I would definitely tell them to get routine massages for that reason, for poor nutrition that's in our community, lack of
Oh yeah.
sleep, lack of sleep that we get. We working all these long hours. We full time parents. We got things going on in our lives. Like we have sleep deprivation. So massage increases everything. You end up, and studies have shown, you end up living longer lives if you have more routine massages in your life as well. So it's about life preservation. So, but to get back to you with the whole Corona thing, it what you said was key. The quarantine part, like
Yeah.
you can, just like different Fortune 500, Fortune 200 companies have done with social distancing and Walmart and Sam's. They put out different shields. Their protocol is different. My protocol is different in my own business. You can do that, but what's the point of actually quarantining ourselves in a house?
Right.
Now, the thing is, people are mentally breaking down because they are being quarantined in these houses. Now, depression has went up, suicide has went up, divorce has went up. People are breaking up because they don't really know who they are actually with now. So there's a lot of negativity that's coming out of this quarantine. People are really, really like combating themselves when it comes to the physicality of their nature of their body. So, like, say for instance, because of the propaganda of the coronavirus, and all you see is coronavirus, COVID-19,
Yep.
anything that goes throughout your body that you feel is wrong, now you mentally, consciously think you have something, and
Yep.
that something is coronavirus. It's not AIDS. It's not a flu. It's not
Ah,
pneumonia. It's not
it's the
lupus.
new
It's not.
boogeyman.
It's the new boogeyman.
Coronavirus is the new boogeyman, bro.
Right,
I've been telling people that for the longest. Coronavirus is the new boogeyman, bro.
right. So now people are having panic attacks. Like people are willing themselves to death. Like they are letting go of their own lives themselves.
So that
And
goes into people's nerves then, because
absolutely,
when your nerves are bad, that's what alters the mind. You see what I'm saying?
absolutely,
And that goes into what you were saying as far as what massage therapy does, because that eases the nerves, it eases the tension, the stress, and the
absolutely.
things that are vital to the body.
Absolutely. And for us, for black people, for minorities, and specifically black people, we are born into a high stressful environment. We
Correct.
are based on America. Like America puts
Yeah,
black
yes.
America puts us in a high stressful environment. Right? We come out the room. We have statistics already on us. We have all these agencies against us, police institutions against us. We have malnutrition. We fighting each other. We killing each other. Like we are born into high stressful like situations. So now you put a whole system on us, and then you practically put us in jail. You put us in jail in our own houses.
Basically.
Yeah, you put us in jail. Like we are practically in jail in our own houses. It's no different from the prisoners that's in the jail system, that's in these institutions, that's in mass security. And we get to look at TV, we get to eat our own foods, but how long did that last?
Well, let me ask you this because I talked to a few people, and one of my brothers, one of my good brothers, I was speaking to him about this. He told me, he said, I don't believe in coronavirus. Like he looked at it like Santa Claus. He looked at it as like something that was fake. And he said that the media was false advertising numbers, right?
Hmm.
To control the masses. And he was saying that this is a tool of our oppressors, and this is something that basically is masking some greater agenda. Now
I,
that will go into the obviously the conspiracy
hmm I,
aspect of things, but speak on that side of it.
now, now, every year we go through a flu season. This flu season is predictable, predictable to the
Yeah,
point where we know how many people are going to there's an average of how many people are going to die from the flu season. And now you give the flu season a new name as in coronavirus, these same numbers are coming out or something remotely close to it, a little bit lower, and then now you have a scene, you have a movie about it, right? So now this is the propaganda of the coronavirus. Now it is an actual coronavirus that has already been out, but is it to
right.
say that this is the actual coronavirus? It's not flu season.
They saying it's mutated. They because every 4 years, about 3 to 4 years, you get some SARS or West Nile, some new flu. You see what I'm
Right,
saying? And they're basically saying that it's mutating and they're bugging out because they don't got the antioxidant to it or the vaccine to it.
right. No, every bacteria, every virus has the ability to mutate or get stronger or get better, just like our own immune system. We have antibodies that in our body stores memory and information that it comes in contact with different viruses and bacteria, and our immune system gets stronger. And we
Right.
have to do what we have to do far as putting the right nutrients in it, the right minerals in it, getting our sleep and hydration to keep it stronger. Okay,
So
those
would you take the vaccine?
absolutely not, absolutely not. You
Would you
we
let your children? Would you let your children take the vaccine?
absolutely not.
So what if they said that because like for example, they have certain vaccines that we took when we were young. I'm speaking to me and you.
Hmm.
We had to take certain shots in order to get into school.
Absolutely.
Let's
This,
say if this country implemented something as far as like to open the country back up, you have to show that you've taken this vaccine. Otherwise, you can't come to the game. You can't get into school. You can't come to work. Even you know what I'm saying? Like things like that. Like this new vaccine that they're talking about, do you think is something terrible for mankind, or you think it is like something that fights off mumps, for example, or certain things that they polio?
right.
Polio was something that we had to fight off back then too.
So the thing is, what the good and bad thing about this time now is we got so much information. So people are aware of they can heal themselves holistically without the pharmaceutical company. Right now, what this system is want to do is just like you said, implement or make it mandatory that we have to get certain vaccinations for us to move throughout life. Now, if that happens, let's say hypothetically speaking, that happens. Black people are resilient in a way where they can still find a way to get where they need to go without taking that vaccination. Like people make fake credit cards, IDs, they make fake everything. Like
They do.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm not taking that. I'm not having my son take that. My family, we not taking that. No. It's too much information for black people, people in general, to fight off whatever they got in store for us. I'm not doing
Okay, no, yeah, and that's really what I wanted to get down to. Yay, that's a yay be yay, and nay be nay, because
it.
I seen some brothers from the Amin Ra squad, and they
Really.
were more, yeah, they were more pro. You should take the vaccination,
Hmm.
because they were speaking as far as people that are actually doing field work, who are actually dealing with stem cell research and things of that nature, as far as them trying to holistically heal people, or basically for like, and I'll just say it like this, like for the niggas that ain't gonna eat right and
Hmm.
take care of themselves,
Hmm.
you have a supplement here that will, I guess, cure you from this virus. But like I told you earlier, I've been outside every day, and I'm in contact with people every day.
Right.
Now, that don't mean that I'm everybody, or my immune system is your immune system.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that this vaccine may be implemented into something that is going to take place, as far as like people being separated from other people, or you have to have some type of like identity card or some type of documents to be able to show that you're not infected, I would say.
Hmm.
Like how they make
Absolutely.
it in the movies.
Hmm.
Um
Yeah. They. That is definitely a possibility. It's a scary possibility because like we're talking about taking away someone's rights. I've also read an article stating that people religious background can be exempt from it as well. So if whether you believe in Allah, Buddha, Jesus, Odin, whoever, like it don't matter. Like that is a exemption that is going to be wiped away. That's saying that you still have to get this. Has nothing to do with nothing. That's scary as well. That means whatever God you believe and serve can't save you from the system that they're trying to implement.
mm,
That's a horrible, horrible way to live. Like you have no rights to this body. Like you are government property.
right.
Period.
Well, yeah. Yeah. And see, that's what I talk to a lot of brothers and sisters about, is as far as about being more independent,
Hmm.
separating from who we call Babylon, or your oppressor. You see what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? And the way to do that would to be more in tune with nature, being more in
Hmm.
tune with the earth and things that were put here for mankind to live off of.
Hmm.
Now, my research from the Wuhan, or the COVID-19, or the Wuhan flu, comes from people eating bad animals or bad meats, and they said it came from bats. Basically,
Right.
certain people were eating bats,
Hmm.
and anybody, and I'm pretty sure you smart, so you know that you can't, like, let's say for example they're trying to find a vaccine for humans, but they're trying to use a bat to try to do the experiment on to see what fights off for the immune system for a bat. A
Hmm.
bat is built differently than a human. The
Hmm.
human, we are diagnosed with 20, excuse me, 47 chromosomes. A
Hmm.
chimpanzee has 48, and somebody that has Down syndrome has 47. You
Hmm.
see what I'm saying? And that's basically what they do, with that they try to use, and I know you heard this term before, lab rats, because
Absolutely.
a rat, or they're kind of like in the middle or the median as far as what you're going to experiment on, and they
Hmm.
have grown things off rats. They've done many things with rats. We've
Hmm.
seen that. We know that that's documented.
Hmm.
But let's shift gears a little bit though. I feel like we put out some good information on that, man.
Good. Good. Good.
I wanted to talk to you a little bit because I know you're a Chicago native.
Hmm.
How do you feel about the whole Michael Jordan and LeBron James comparison, man? Like, I gotta ask you. I mean,
I
they
knew
they
this was
dropped
coming.
the documentary. This for our sports fans. I got brothers and sisters that watch, and they're not as
Right,
smart as us. You see what I'm saying? But they watch
right,
for the sport.
right.
Um, so I wanted you to talk a little bit about if Michael Jeffrey Jordan, is better than LeBron James, man. I need to know right now where you stand on that, man.
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. Like, let's get this straight. There is no LeBron James without Michael Jordan. Like, Michael Jordan is the standard of greatness of
Yeah,
every
yeah.
of every sport, of every subject. Like, he is the Michael Jordan of golf. He is the Michael Jordan of data processing. He is the Michael Jordan of this. Michael Jordan is the
And
standard of greatness. That's
mhm.
like, LeBron isn't that. So let's so you can't compare one's greatness to
Wait a minute. Are you saying name wise? Are you saying name wise?
the impact on culture, period. I I was just having this conversation. I think Michael Jordan is probably top five most impactful people around the world.
Well, you know what? I can't argue that. I can't argue that.
Like, and I had to go as far as Jesus. I'm like, Jesus is probably one of the probably number one most impactful
Whatever I
people.
say, yeah, that name is around.
Right. So who's next? We talking about Hitler. We talking about like Dr. King, but Dr. King was only a little bit. Malcolm X was only a little bit. I'm talking about like unanimously
Global.
a globally. Michael
Hold
Jordan
on,
is
but so LeBron name ain't global though.
not like LeBron, not like decades, not like
But that come from
air.
age.
Right,
That comes from being on the earth a little longer. And,
right. Now, not saying that LeBron won't impact life or the game just like Michael, but Michael, he's
I'm
at
saying
another.
who's better at
Who's
playing basketball?
so
That's what
okay?
I'm asking you.
So
Because
who?
you watch both now. You lived on the earth as a youngin. Now you
And
watched Mike when we
I
was younger.
watched.
We
Yes,
around the same age. That's what I'm
yes,
saying. So
yes.
okay, we remember when they shut the city down. We won championships.
Right.
We can never lose those memories.
Absolutely
So I'm
not.
telling you, don't be biased.
Hmm.
Just look at the basketball playing attributes that Allah subhanahu or God or wherever they got these gifts from,
Hmm.
the jump and run and stuff.
Who is
I'm
better?
saying, who do you think is better?
To be honest, ability wise, I'm going to say LeBron.
Thank you, man. Okay, there we go.
I'm going to say LeBron. I'm going to
But that
say
don't mean that
LeBron.
you're saying he's a better player, is you?
No, I'm
Okay,
saying
right,
like
right, right. Okay, right.
the only aspect that I say LeBron doesn't have is the mentality of Michael Jordan. LeBron has everything else that Michael Jordan has, and maybe more. Like, his ability to involve everybody else is greater than Michael Jordan. Like,
Yeah, that's
like
true. That's true. I can agree with that.
like
That's real.
his passing ability is better than Michael Jordan. So just imagine Michael Jordan having LeBron James passing ability. This wouldn't even be an argument now. So now I had to think about this. Put LeBron James in Michael Jordan's situation. Does he come out with more rings or less rings?
Well, I would have to attribute that to the time period, and I would have to say, if
As
not
is. As
more,
is.
I would say more because Mike was more of an asshole. LeBron, he'll more rub shoulders with the white man, but well, I don't know because he had an incident in Cleveland too. But he
Hmm.
more or less is a businessman. He'll rub shoulders with them. But as a player, I don't really see LeBron clash with how Mike and Pippen them clash with the owners for the Bulls. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Now,
Yeah.
if you just specifically talking about who will win more championships, we would obviously have to go into Mike retiring after his father's death compared to
Mm-hmm.
if that would have happened to LeBron and if he would have played more
Yeah, yeah,
and
no,
so on and so forth.
I'm saying his same exact situation. You put LeBron in Michael Jordan's situation where he took off about 18 months. He had the same exact players as is LeBron with his ability right now. Does he win more championships or less? For me, I think he wins more because LeBron James, ability wise, is better than Michael Jordan. That's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow for people to think.
Yeah, that is true though. Yeah, man.
And
But
then
people,
I had to also say, you put KD in that same scenario, the most unguardable player to ever grab a basketball, a 7 foot will take you off the dribble, shoot your eyeball out your head. Like what?
out your head, boy.
What?
Out your head.
There's it when like the only reason why KD don't score 50 is because he decided not to score 50. That's it. He ain't nobody else stopping Kevin Durant.
Okay, right. You're 100% correct. But I would say the differences between KD, LeBron, and Mike is that Mike had the most killer instinct or venom in him, like
He did.
I'm saying, and then you got KD in the middle, like he the middle because he'll still go get his point. He's not a pass first dude. Now
Right.
LeBron is the most passive guy,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what we criticize him the most about. You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? Because you're not like Kobe Bryant. You're
Right.
not like Michael Jordan as far as like when you need a bucket. I don't care who on me. I'm finna go get this you know what.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it's hard to put it in context as far as who would have won more championships. The way that we got it now is who's going to have the most stats, and it's skewed because LeBron played more years being out
Right.
of high school
Right.
and things
Right.
of that
Right.
nature. But then you got the Michael Jordan as far as I got my rings. He got the more of the Tom Brady argument.
Mm-hmm.
But I go back into talent, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
ain't back then in the late 90s, early 90s, those people didn't have the gifts that mankind has now, as far as that we talking about evolution as or how the game is
Mm-hmm.
evolutionizing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
I
agree.
gotta put all that in context, and it's hard to even debate it. But if you want
Right.
my stance on it, I'm gonna give you my because I haven't gave you my vote, but my vote would be more with LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like LeBron has went through harder teams.
Yeah.
He you know like 3 against 1 type things. You
Mm-hmm.
see how and I also look at it like as social media too. And I get that people say, oh, social media ain't nothing. But mentally, that takes a toll on people. And that wasn't around when Mike was playing. You see what I'm
Man.
saying? Mike didn't really have the media as far as like the world talk. Or he didn't hear the world talking. On social
Right.
media, you hear the world talking. You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
So you
I
know,
I definitely think like LeBron's journey is and was harder based on those attributes of the abilities of the guys that he was playing. Like the guys that he was playing are going to be Hall of Famers, just like Michael was playing against Hall of Famers.
he did, and he
Yeah,
did.
and but today's game is a lot faster. It is, and you cannot teach speed. That's just a part of any sport that you just cannot teach. The speed of the game. The speed of the game has shifted, and I don't care what you talk about with these guys. They the physicality and stuff. That's cool. LeBron James is 280 pounds.
Right.
like what are we talking about?
Physics got to come in there.
Somewhere like you not stopping that man. Like if he decides he want to just raise up, he gonna get by you. I don't care how strong you think. Bad boys would have had a problem with LeBron. You think you finna go up on LeBron? No, you gonna get your head knocked off.
No, you
No, you
ain't.
know, you're not gonna do that, man. So definitely the times have changed, the ability has changed, but without a shadow of a doubt, man, you got to give just it's a lot of credit that Michael Jordan has to get because he just elevated the game so much. Like the jump from Dr. J to Larry Bird and Magic to Michael, it's
Hmm.
a tremendous jump. The evolution of basketball jumped tremendously from salary to network to ability to planning to coaching. Everything jumped because of that one man's ability. Like
Mm. Oh
so,
yeah.
like that you
He
gotta
defied the
credit.
laws of physics, man. You know, and
he
like
he
that's
he
one
was an
thing. You
animal.
know, I was a co. He no, he was, and that was one thing. Kobe mimicked his game after Mike's,
Yeah,
but he didn't
absolutely.
have the jumping ability that Mike had. He dressed like him. He faded away like him. He had the black venom or the black mamba in him, but he didn't
Hmm.
have the springs. I would say like how Mike Kobe had rise. Now
He did.
I'm
He
not
did.
saying that.
You know what?
I
I,
ain't saying that. Kobe had rise,
he definitely
but
did, but it was like, you know what? It's the strength of Michael of him being in the air. That's hard to like maneuver the ball and still focus on the ball while you going up and while you coming down. And Kobe did not have, or not say he didn't have that. It was it wasn't projected as much as Michael. Like Mike is something else, man. Like
he
and just going back looking at the film of this guy, man, like this dude this dude is unreal. He is unreal in 2020. And we talking about 93 and 97 and 98. Like, man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
no, yeah, that is, and me being a Chicagoan, I give him most definitely most credits and bring putting us on the map for basketball because we got a lot
He
of
definitely
product that
did.
come from the city and the surrounding suburbs
Yeah,
and the
but
whole state of Illinois.
absolutely. But my favorite Chicago basketball player, Derrick Rose.
Oh,
Der-
really?
Derrick,
That
Derrick,
hey, you know what?
Derrick.
That boy was he was pretty good, man. He I ain't gonna lie. If injuries didn't creep in, that man would have been great, man. He would have been great, man.
Derrick Rose. Oh my God, man. That that
That's just the
young.
south side in you, man. That's just the south side in you,
Hey,
man.
but you know what? Hey, y'all West Side Hoopers, man, y'all got some dogs. Got some dogs. Y'all have
Hey,
some dogs.
you know how we do, bro. Hey, I
Oh
ain't
my
gonna lie.
God.
The South and the West, we really like. You don't really hit into too much North Side ballers. You see what I'm saying? Like we
Nah.
talking about like city and stuff. You had John Shire. Remember he went to Duke.
Yeah.
Certain the white boy
What's
shooters from
Josh?
like, yeah, you get a certain couple dudes,
You got a couple of sprinkles, man.
yeah, you get a couple of, but us having that old negative blood type, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
The whole negative.
That old negative, you know what I'm saying? But now, let's shift gears a little bit, man.
Absolutely,
We
absolutely.
on, we an hour and what 28 minutes in, an hour and 30 in. So let's do last 30 minutes, man, and close it out. I don't want to hold you too long, but
Okay, good deal. We good.
let's
We
go into
good,
some
man.
spirituality stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, me and you, we always was able to talk about that type of stuff, whether we disagreed
Ab-
or not. You know,
absolutely.
but just give me your thoughts on as far as like what you feel about homosexuality. As far as your understanding, your teachings, um,
That's a
and
good
your
topic.
background. Yeah, I want to go into a few quick ones if we could, like just some quick ones.
Yeah,
But how do you feel
yeah.
about homosexuality as far as how people look at it? And that's a sticky one, but let's talk about
It definitely is. And first and foremost, like I wanna my feelings and what in my understanding is coming from my spirituality, how I was brought up, my experiences. So I want to give respect to anybody that is, in one of those communities that are living a lifestyle of that nature. So it's not out of disrespect at all, but it is
Oh, see, you better than me.
unnatural.
I get on them. You
Yeah,
know, I
man.
be on top of my page,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Hey,
You know what,
bro.
man? Yeah, yeah. Nah, you know
No, no,
what?
my bad. But yeah, look, go ahead.
You know what?
I
I've
respect
learned.
what you're saying though, because you're not you telling somebody something, and I get what you I get it.
Yeah, 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 man. Like I've learned over the years, man. Like disagreeing with somebody's lifestyle is almost laying a foundation of that you don't love them or that you don't respect them.
Or
And
don't even understand them. Yeah, it's true.
exactly. So, and that for me has been the foundation of how black people are being treated, period. And so, like, when I think of that, I have to think about us. And I love black people. So, I don't want to project a certain energy to the universe about one group versus the next. I got to be whole myself. So that's why I started off with that. But for me, I feel like it's an unnatural lifestyle. It doesn't promote life. A girl and a girl, a guy and a guy doesn't promote or provoke life. That's just apples to apples. Like I mean, you can't get a baby without a male and a female. That's just it's common sense.
But let me tell you
Uh,
something. Do you remember Kiki? They footwork.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Where she been at?
Man, let me tell you something. She is gay, right?
What?
I'm talking about dyke gay. Like she been dyke gay for the past 10 years. But throughout those 10 years, she has managed to have two children. And when she posts her kids online, her caption says, I don't care what y'all say. Y'all can't judge me. I'm still gay, but I wanted to have a kid. And it just reeked of confusion to me. So
What? Wow, wow,
that's what
wow.
I'm saying. You remember Kiki? We know Kiki,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
she was a little shaky. She had like a little
yeah.
shape to a little thickness and stuff. Like she wasn't ugly for a
Right,
female, but she as far as what her life path took her down, she went the homosexual route.
right,
But
right,
she has also had not one kid but two kids, which means that she laid down with a man.
right.
So speak on
Now,
that a little.
I so exactly what you said. It reeks confusion. Like if you want to be a woman. Like don't have the benefits of being a woman by having a child, but then don't carry out your purpose as a woman.
Huh.
If you're going to be exactly who you are destined to be. Like just because you don't have a good experience with the male that you experienced it with, don't mean all male are bad. A lot of times, it's from our upkeeping, it's from our experiences that we project on other people, and now people get these massive ideas of all women are bad or all men are bad, and then you go into this place of well, I still could be loved by somebody, and you go into the same sex, which is not right and not fair. You still right, definitely. You definitely should still find ways to better yourself, and then still seek love the natural way. It's for me, it's not right.
What
Period.
about your
It's not,
spirituality or your school of thought? Does your what does your school of thought teach?
that it's not right
It's not
at all, at
okay.
all. So like, say for
So what
instance,
about okay, go ahead, yeah.
the from within the Bible, we were created from the earth, and understanding those characteristics of how the earth operates, we know that there's a male and female gender throughout nature.
Correct.
Both of them need each other for a specific function. With that being said, humanoid people, are to act the same way. Like you can't act a more superior way than nature than what you came from. That's it's just not how it works. That's like you saying that you better than your parents, but you
You're
came from your
almost
parents.
the creator, basically.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. You can't think or be higher than what you came from. So for people to think like it's a natural lifestyle or it's a right way to live, it's absolutely false. It's
Mm.
just it's inhumane to act that way.
So let me ask you this: for the people that are under the spell of homosexuality, do they learn that from other people, or where are they getting it from?
So it's an
Because
array
I've
of
heard and I've talked to people too that said they've been molested before, and
mhm,
I just want to expound a little bit too, so I'm not asking like a blanket question, but
mhm,
like people say being molested before, or the media as far as, and we know now that the media, and back then they weren't pushing this agenda, but now they are,
they are.
and it's almost like they've evolved it into now accepting hermaphrodites,
Mhm,
they're accepting transgenders, and
mhm,
they're adding on to the umbrella or the flag of the LBGT community.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
where is this coming from,
So,
according to your school of thought and your school of knowledge?
so from our understanding, we know that it's coming from a couple places, and a few you name them. The other thing is the food, the high levels of estrogen that are put into our communities that we are getting malnutrition with the pops, the sugar levels, the flaming hots, like all of
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
the marijuana, like all of these agents are coming to our bodies and they are putting high levels of estrogen into these males, into these females. So that's what now the agenda of political values where they're making same sex legal, where they're turning unisex bathrooms. They're intertwining their lifestyle with ours, and they want everybody to feel okay with it. Like, and then now you're saying same sex, can get married. Now you got two dads raising a son. So now he sees, oh, same sex is okay. He goes to school. He looks at boys like, hey, my dad has a boyfriend or has a husband. I guess it's okay for me to look at another boy in the same light.
Huh.
So now we are raising these young men as young gay men.
Mm.
So
So
the
is this
cycle is
from
just
the white
continuing.
race? Is
From
this
the
from the
right,
white race?
absolutely, it's documented that they raped us as slaves, called buck breaking, raped us in front of our families, in front of our daughters, in front of our sons, in front of the whole village of slaves to portray their dominance over us and humiliate us and break us. That is
Okay,
that
so
is
let
a
me
that is a white trait. That is a white action.
okay. So let me ask you this then. Do you believe the white race gave black people the Bible?
No.
Because I see that you get on Christians a lot too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
I do as well. I get
Yeah.
on Christians a lot too, but not studying.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, speak on that. Speak on that.
No. So for me, anytime I post anything about Christianity, it's more so a question for Christians to actually think.
Correct.
That
Yeah.
that's all it is. It's a question or it's a comment for them to actually think and get outside
Right.
of
To
what they
think.
have been taught.
Same here, I do. Yep.
So I I do not like how Christianity is portrayed with the colonial system here. Now, there's a lot of valuable stuff that's in the Bible. We went to Concordia, and we had to study theology. So there
Correct.
was a lot
Correct.
of stuff that we had to learn within the Bible that was valuable. Now, how how the colonial system used it against us was an agenda of how they made our oppressors to enslave us, making us think that the white Jesus, we can identify to that Jesus, and we also see them as our God. I do not agree with that at all. Right? Based on the settings alone of where the Bible took place, you couldn't get a white person out of the content or the countries in those settings. So like with that topic alone, like that eliminates, oh, it was white people in the Bible. So that's common sense. But if people would read a little bit deeper into not the stories of the Bible, but the actual history of the Bible. And I think people get away from that when they get so emotionally attached to the stories because they feel a conviction that's brought upon them with their everyday lifestyle. If you get away from the emotional part from the Bible, then you would see like it was the Bible was black. The first Ethiopian Bible was from us. Like this is historically true. Now, whether you believe in the stories or not, anything can be used as good and evil. And for me, I still read the Bible. I'm studying Islam right now. So it's not about what God you serve. It's about how can you better yourself and each other as black people. And that's my journey. And for me, Kemet has really intrigued and tuned me into our culture, us as a people, and nature. And that's the journey that I've been following now. So, and a lot of the information I've gotten from my father. So, with Christianity, I feel that they have really separated themselves from black people. Like they try to put themselves higher than others.
Well, doesn't Christianity teach that it isn't about race? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. It does teach, but it also it also teaches not to judge as well. But most Christians are the most judgmental people on earth.
Mm.
And for me, like how can you judge your brother? How can you how is his sin smaller than or bigger than yours?
Well, let me ask you this then. If somebody tries to correct somebody from doing wrong, even though they have flaws themselves, do you see that as a hypocrite or do you see that as someone seeing something in somebody else and they saying it to them?
No, I don't see them as a hypocrite. I see them as pointing something out that could help somebody to be better. Now,
Because I feel like that's what most Christians do. They don't look at themselves in a mirror, yet they want to look at other people for doing certain things.
absolutely, and that's the problem that I have. Like a lot of Christians, like they want to give business advice, but know nothing about business. Like they want to give financial literacy, but you don't know why you giving 10%, or you don't even know where the 10% came
That's
from.
what I was going to talk about tithes too. I wanted to talk about that
Yeah.
too, about that
So
10%. People don't know.
exactly.
Christians,
Most
man.
like the black Christian industry is one of the biggest industries in the world, but like we not profit our community. When I say we, our community is not profiting from it. We don't see the benefits from it. Now, individually, oh, because we're being obedient, we may see something and then we'll give thanks to God. But as a collective whole, our streets are still struggling. It's a lot of single parent homes. Like we don't see no as a group us elevating as a culture or a group or a society, a community. We're not elevating. Like, but We just steady giving 10%, 10%, 10%, and
To other
to other people, and not even that 10%, we turn around and give it to a white bank, and that bank is not putting that money back into our community. So like for me, it's like, where's the when does the common sense click in? And for me, and that's why I love you so much, man, is because you are educating the people about the Bible in general. You are
right,
you break it down for what it is. Like you don't have you don't what you do, you don't you're not reading the in between the lines. You're taking the scripture as is, and you are giving understanding to what it is. That's it.
correct. And that's the best. Not to cut you off because you're on point, but that's I do that for our people because I want to challenge them to think.
That's
Like
it.
we take the nationality stance as we are Hebrews or we are a Shemitic group of people
Mm-hmm.
who, through the Bible, see our history and our lineage through there, but we're reading it from where we have been oppressed by different governments and they have
Mm-hmm.
put their stamp on the Bible in certain instances. So what I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to teach people is how to read the language, how to
Mm-hmm.
read and see what it's really talking about, so we can institute that religion or whatever. I don't even like calling it a religion, but it was our customs before we were dispersed into the diaspora or the captivities that we are scattered into today as far as the Negro nation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now I know me and you may disagree as far as like I don't feel like we are African. Yes, I feel like we were in Africa. Yes, I feel that dark skinned people are melanated and are chosen people, and the Bible
Mm-hmm.
teaches that through Noah and his
Mm-hmm.
family and things like that. But I
Mm-hmm.
do teach that there is a difference between a so-called African and a so-called Shemite. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if we're talking about the spirituality or the religions between the two, they are actually similar to each other. Like, for
Absolutely.
example, like when Christians go to church and catch the Holy Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That is through an enchantment or a incanter or a speaker saying certain words to make you feel a certain type of way. Same thing that music does. When you
Exactly.
put on a certain song, it makes you feel a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm.
You dance, you do whatever. You see what I'm saying? Same thing when
Absolutely.
we use the whatever.
Absolutely. I
Now
agree.
that tune with the spirit or the plane of spirituality. It is
Mm-hmm.
not has nothing to do with the plane of force or the plane of light or the soul. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But that spirituality, as far as what some Africans do, is from some customs that we did practice, but the Bible kind of weans us away from certain wrong practices that the
Mm-hmm.
Egyptians were doing, the Ethiopians were doing, and it was trying to get us right, but it showed that we kept going back to those customs, and we
Mm-hmm.
could never get right
Mm-hmm.
overall. Like if you read it for what it's really talking about.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, absolutely, and you're right. I don't see us as Africans either, because I definitely know the origin of the name. For most people who don't know, um, Scipio Africanus was a Greek general that conquered different sectors of what we consider as Africa, and over time this was Africanus, or this was Africa, and this part was Africa. So in its totality, the whole continent became Africa over time. No, because I know of that, I know that I'm not African. And for me, the spirituality, for me, I'm on a journey of truth, and that's why I listen to you. I listen to other people who's just giving out information that I can research, that I could look, that I could study, that I could find out where you get that information from.
Right,
What
right.
a lot of people do is they look at a video and they be like, "Oh, this is what it is," and they don't do their own research on where you get that information from. Where did that say in the Bible? Uh, what is the original language of that scripture? Because when you translate a scripture from Hebrew to English, it has a different meaning, context, understanding. And for me, knowing that because most people don't, or most Christians don't speak Hebrew, they're
Mhm.
going off a mistranslation. What did the original translation of Hebrew say? What did it mean in that time, in that setting? So for me, it's just a lack of knowledge and understanding that that most Christians have when they try to project their understanding of today's modern Christianity's beliefs or acts or practice. Is and for me, it's still those practices and that understanding is still tearing us down as a whole.
It is, yeah. I most definitely agree with what you're saying as far as that too, because even in my community, we often tend to take an English translation as God breathed or God said this or
Mm-hmm.
God said. But even when you look at the New Testament, it's already proven that these are letters written by men to other men. You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? Now it goes
Absolutely.
into what is inspired, and
Right.
that's what they talk about, what is scripture or what do you accept as the canon and things of that nature. But we got to dig back into things like, as far as like Kemet, for example,
Mm-hmm.
their spirituality was written on the walls.
Right. So you can
They
see it.
recorded their spirituality not in paper or biblos or
Mm-hmm.
papyrus. They kept
Papyrus.
their records. They kept their records in papyrus, but they didn't record the rituals or things where they understood their energies coming from. That was always recorded in stone on walls, and they were preserved in most of the pyramids. Now, through different overtakings by other people groups, we see destructions and rewritings of
Mm-hmm.
these things. But I don't never knock a brother for saying the white man gave you that Bible, because in an instance they're true, they gave you a white or English translation
Mm-hmm.
of the Bible. Now people don't say that,
They
but
don't.
I get where they're coming from. So since I'm higher intelligence, like me and you, we're smarter. So we
Mm-hmm.
have to be able to try to help our people and show our people that, hey, pouring out liquor to the dead or stuff like that, that's not wrong because that's in the Bible. Our people practice that. You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Not liquor, but water libations. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
As far as like worshiping our ancestors, those were rituals that we practiced.
Right. And so some of these rituals and things that we do naturally, like people, we need to understand why we do the things that we do. Where does this stuff come from? And
Right.
people, sometimes I feel that people are scared or afraid of the truth or what the truth could possibly be, and really show you how much power that you actually have. They feel like that it may be cool, but they don't want to do the legwork and the research of understanding like where this knowledge is coming from makes us powerful. They don't want to, like I said, do the research and go talk to people. And in our community, especially like the guys on the street, like it's almost a taboo to talk about God.
God, or like right, even like
Or
right, even.
right, or right. Like
I
so
take a lot of flack for taking those stances. But yeah, you on point. Go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, so like just to even have the mere conversation, like nowadays it's all about chasing a bag, getting girls, what's going on social media, which at the end of the day means absolutely nothing to the betterment of yourself and your family and the empowerment of your community. While they thinking about that and chasing a bag and looking at videos, man, you got a government that's every day, step by step, trying to implement laws to degrade, defeat, kill you and your lineage. So, like, we, me, you, our community, we have to do better